Hi everybody, and looks like autumn is upon us. And I know that the weather's got a little bit more dodgy, hot one day, cold the next, certainly down in our area. And of course, we've had quite a lot of rain in the backcountry as well, which puts paid to some of the best plans for getting out there. Now, the secret is to get there when the conditions are right. I know that for salmon fishing, this is actually quite a good thing because often at this time of year we end up having very low clear rivers and times can be tough. But because the rivers have been up and down, the catch rates have been pretty good, and those people who've been out there and amongst the murky water have been doing extremely well just as it drops. Remember, you're looking to have the lure come out of nowhere, and when you've got a little bit of murk in the water, that can really help. And don't be afraid to go and do a little bit of trout fishing up the top as well, because it's surprising how often salmon will take trout gear. In fact, I guess that's the principal way I've been catching my salmon of recent seasons. So been a few caught, particularly in the Waimak. The Waimak is a March river, so I'm expecting to see quite a few come through when this next clearance comes through after the most recent flood. When it comes to trout fishing, the backcountry again is producing extremely well. I just can't wait to get back out there. There's something about catching really big fish on dry flies that gets me excited, and if you're one of those who likes to catch exceptional fish, then go for it. Don't underestimate just the normal sorts of places like Benmore and some of the other areas around us. Gee, they can do well, and often underfished this time of year. The last 2 months can often go very, very quiet out into the general area with not so many anglers out there, and you can do very well if you get there because the fish are hungry. They'll do well on all sorts of methods. When it comes to canals, I'm hearing some pretty good stories about some big fish being caught there, and so I must go down for a bit of a look somewhere along the way. But of course, before I go down there and catch some of those big fish in the canals, I've still got to get myself to Collingwood where the big kingies are still around. Here's some good stories. So just trying to look for a 5-day weather window to get me out there and fish onto the flats. I tell you, if you've never done it, it is one of the most exhilarating things you can do. Remember, kingfish eat kahawai for breakfast. And if you ever caught a kahawai and thought, gee, that was a good fish, you need to catch some kingies, because kingies are a far more vicious member of the fish species, and they're just great fun. So if you can get out there, enjoy yourself. Boat fishing has been pretty good around the area here. I've got a few people who are out on the good days, and certainly the kingfish fishing out here has been pretty good, but also deep water fishing is a lot of fun if you can get yourself a bit of settled weather. Very much a great place for you to get some good table fish when you're out there. Surf casting has been quite consistent off the coast, and again, a nice evening with either a low or a high tide can do extremely well. Certainly I was out the other night and didn't do particularly well because the fish just weren't obliging, but gee, it was a nice night out. Remember, fishing's more than just catching the fish, it's about the whole experience, and we're just so blessed in New Zealand. We've got amazing fish opportunities all around us, so if you can get a chance, get out there. Remember, these are the great days. Come along and see us here at 484 Cranford Street, or of course online. We're on our various platforms, obviously Facebook and our completeangler.co.nz site. Cheers.